So they have a great resupply in here. Got the hiker staples. And potatoes, stuffing, tuna packs, you know, the usual stuff that I eat, which is awesome. They had all the Hostess honey buns, candy bars, candy. It's awesome that they're here. They got the 4C. Very good. It's about 7:15, somewhere around there, maybe 7:30. Today is Tuesday, September 10th, and Unionville was surprisingly a nice little stop off. I thought, I don't know what I didn't have any expectations. It was a nice stop. People are super friendly. Hurley's had, man, that Italian sub. I've had a lot of Italian subs. Probably one of the best ones I ever had. I packed out a roast beef for lunch, so we'll compare that. The sausage, egg, and cheese breakfast Sammy was delicious. People are friendly in the store to hikers, which is great. The town let me set up a tent in their town park, and they got some really loud trucks. Everybody here must drive a pickup truck that is made to sound as loud as possible. But it was great. Now I'm about to hike another 20 plus day, so let's get it. I'm just playing, but shout out to Witcher, who's a flipper. He's bouncing back and forth on the trail depending on the weather and the wind and what he's got to get to do, what he needs to get done. But he had a great quote. He's hiked the PCT, grew up around the PCT his whole life, and he says this AT is no joke. His quote was, 2 out of every 3 steps the AT is trying to seriously harm you. And I found it hilarious, but also true. So for those of you who've hiked the AT, you know that the rocks, roots, all this stuff is just part of the trail, but it is gonna get you if you're not paying attention. So mindful hiking is the name of the game here on the AT. So more about Witcher. His name, Witcher, he told me that it's related to him being able to find electricity. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like you can find like a hidden outlet on the outside of a building so he can plug in and charge up? He's like, no. He's like, you know how people find water with, you know, branches, or, you know, the piece of an apple tree branch or something? I don't know. I used to do that as a little kid, I guess. He's like, I can do that with copper wires or a straight coaxial cable. And he's like, I know how to hold it, and I can find electrical currents under the ground. I was like, that's super cool. But I'd still like to hike with somebody who could just find an outlet so I can charge up all my gadgets and devices. But cool name, Witcher. It was a pleasure meeting you. Hopefully our paths cross again. This just popped up. Let's go up it. Oh, there's some water too. Wow, a little bit of water. So this is a viewing platform instead of a fire tower. I think they had one of these at Westerwald or Wyabald, but yeah, check the views. Oh, what is that? Okay. Huh. I'm not sure what that is. But we're in Jersey, and there's not much to see except that. I'll find out what that is. It's a big tower. Oh, speaking of towers, today is not September 10th. It's September 11th. So never forget, remember the lives lost in and surrounding the events of 9/11. And happy birthday to Larry, Mary's Pops. Hope you're having a wonderful day. All right, that is New Jersey's highest point, and it's a 220-foot tall obelisk built in 1930 as a war memorial and observation tower according to what's on far out here. So doesn't say how. Oh, it does say how high. It's 1,798 feet. I don't know if that's at the top or just at the top of the hill. And Mary, look, it's an obelisk like the Washington Monument. Can I catch it with my finger? I wasn't gonna stop for lunch this early because it's only about 11:30, but it's too beautiful not to. So I'm gonna try this roast beef sub and hang out here for a little bit and just chill. The roast beef is really good too. I wish I had that place in my neighborhood, but delicious. So I just came up this little hill, and it looks like there's an abandoned. It doesn't look abandoned. Let's see. Does it say what it is? Nope. It's a black cherry tree plaque. Well, there's no sign on the front. Let's see if there's anything over here. Nothing. Not even a name. I don't know. The trail goes right through it though, so maybe this is a plaque. Nothing. All right. Well, I'm not stopping to look it up, but if anybody knows what this is, let me know. Or maybe here it is. Nope. Another plaque. Pitch pine. All right, made it to the shelter. So 5 o'clock, got my 20 miles in. There's a bear box. There is, I guess, high bear activity in this area. The name of this shelter is the Ren Anderson shelter at a Green Mountain Club built in '58, rededicated in 1994. I wonder who it was dedicated to the first time that they took away. We got water, 0.1 that way, and a privy up there. Looks like a nice one. Some tent sites around here. And it's like a log cabin with a shingled roof. It's a good spot. The picnic table's good. No fire ring though. I guess there's no fires around here. That's what that big sign says above the dedication, no fires. Cool. Mosquitoes are crazy around here. I pulled up my gaiters to give me a little bit more protection and sag my shorts, and I got my rain jacket on. I hear stuff back here. Let's go see if there's a bear. The comments and far out said that there are bears around recently. No bear, but there's a deer right there, and I hear people coming over the ridge. A lot of acorns are falling too. This deer does not care. Huh. Oh, there you go. Head up, ears out. And let's see. They must be used to people around here. You got antlers? You do. You got some antlers. All right. Nope. And we're out. Where are you going now? I thought it was going to be too dark. It is 7:30. And we just had the pleasure of meeting Ranger Ron, who is a retired forest ranger. 75 years old, comes walking up the hill over here, and he just wanted to see the shelter and talk to a couple through hikers, and it was a pleasure chatting with him. He's had a long and seemingly very interesting career. He was telling us about various training programs he's done all over the country. But yeah, 75, still wanting to get out here and hiking around and talking to hikers and checking out the shelter, and it's cool. I hope at 75 I'm still active and out here hiking. Good morning. Let me see what day it is. It is Thursday, September 12th. It's always hard for me to remember in the morning. This was a good shelter, good night's sleep, nice and quiet. As soon as the mosquitoes went to bed, which happened when the temperature dropped down into, I guess it was 47 degrees last night, so they weren't bothering me. 6:30 in the morning, still a little chilly out, so I got the beanie on and the thermal on. But once I get going here in probably about 15-20 minutes, it should be warming up. And I'm trying to do 21 miles to get to some place called Mohican Campgrounds. And at the campgrounds, apparently they got some good food for dinner tonight. They also have a bunk and a shower and Wi-Fi. I don't know if I need all that, because tomorrow night I'm actually going to be staying at a church donation-based hostel. Should have the same stuff, but we'll see. All right, let's get it. It's a fire/radio tower. I mean, I've never seen a fire tower with the red and white, but then it's got all these antennas on it, so that's what I'm calling it. Oh wow. Yo, that's nice. Let's take a look at the view. I'm all fire tower tired out. That's a tongue twister. So I'm just gonna get a view of the cloud lake here, and on the other side there's nothing that I can see, but that's where the sun would be coming up. But it's a cloudy day, so I don't think we're gonna get any views even if I climbed up. And I think it's locked. I see a lock up there. All right, there's the sun. Let's see if we can get a little view. There we go. Not a great one, but I'm lucky to be out here. Another day hiking. I was just thinking that I was out of electrolytes and I could use some, and so I stumbled across this basket of liquid IV. Now, I don't know if this is a Trail Angel, I don't know if this is marketing, but the problem is that it's soggy, wet, drenched, and I can't, without getting into it, I can't tell if there's any that are actually still good. It looks like 100% of them have been used, and people have just taken there's slugs and stuff on them, taken the liquid IV and then just tossed their trash in the same bucket that the packs are in. So I'm not digging through it, and I don't know if that was Trail Angels or marketing, but liquid IV is crazy expensive. I like my 4C electrolytes and caffeine, and that works for me, and it's like 10 times cheaper. So I'm not a huge fan of liquid IV. Guess it wasn't meant to be. I was just thinking, that's not a liquid IV marketing campaign. It's probably somebody who worked at Walgreens or something, had a bunch extra left over, or maybe they even just took them because they are a Trail Angel. So it's much appreciated when you have trail magic like that, so thank you for leaving those. I think that the hikers could either packed out the trash or had a separate trash bag, so you could see which ones were used up and which ones were still there, but it's all good. Thank you. Just noticed this on the trail. It's not mine. Ugh. It looks like a B&L Infuse. Oh, it's cool. It's got Japanese writing on it. Very cool. So this looks like Infused, but it looks like it's the Asian version. That's awesome. I Love B&L. They're industry fam and friends. There's a spring, there's a pipe, and there's piped spring water running down. My favorite kind of water. So we are going to eat lunch here. It's about 12:30. I'm gonna soak some ramen, eat a tuna pack, and then we'll see how far we want to go the rest of the day. Got about, I don't know, 7-8 miles left to get to where I thought I was gonna stop tonight. But if I do another 15, I'll actually be in Pennsylvania. That'd be a 30-mile day. So we'll see. Jersey. What a day. We got another spring. Look at how clear that water is at the bottom. Oh, freaking awesome. It's ice cold. Straight out the ground, no filtering. It's so good. I don't see a sign. It looks like a cool spot. I don't know what it is. I know I'm trying to go about another mile up to Mohican campgrounds, unless this is all part of it, but I think it's probably too far away. Group campsite. Huh. I don't know, it looks like a cool little hangout. Nobody's here. This must be for group rentals. Okay, I think this looks like the visitor center. So yes, this says the Mohican Outdoor Center Lodge. All right. So let's go in there and find out what the deal is. Oh, it's an AMC, the Appalachian Money Club. But let's go find out what the deal is. If they have bunks, if there's work for stay, if there's tenting. Let's see what the deal is. If there's food, let's do it. All right. First order of business, cheeseburger with everything, and a Coke, Wi-Fi, and charging. They wouldn't have put instructions if they didn't want us making a fire, right? So boom, here you go. I started a fire. Hopefully it catches. There's no kindling wood, but there's kindling paper. So we got a fire, we got comfy couches, and somebody is probably not gonna set up their tent. Oh no, this is too good. It's a 10-minute hike down the road, but the reward is we have showers and a restroom. There's a restroom up there, but this is pretty good. So let's see what the shower situation is. Nice. All right, we're winning on clean showers. All right, now if there's hot water, I'll let you know if there isn't, but I got a feeling there's gonna be. They do a good job here. Mission accomplished. I'm clean. Boxers, shirt, socks are clean as well. Smelling good. There was no soap in the showers, so luckily I saw some soap back by the lounge area, and I took the hand soap. But they do have some foam here, but it's just not the same as this stuff. So looking good. Now we're gonna venture back out into the dark, wild pond, I guess. You hear all those frogs. It's 5:30 in the morning, and we successfully slept. And now I just came out because I heard the stars were beautiful, and they are up there twinkling. It's gonna be a great day. Just threw some more wood on the fire, and then look, it's a pile of 6 socks. Guess who also was in here last night? Yep, Crash. So see how people meet up on the trail? It's pretty cool.
So yeah, he has his 6 pairs of socks. It's his luxury item.
Good morning. It's Friday, September 13th, and we almost just walked by a Trail Magic cooler that has, wow, Doritos! Amazing. Doritos, granola bars, fruit cups, wet wipes. Thank you, Walnut Valley UMC. That is amazing. What a way to start the day. Fresh fruit too. Fritos. Fruit cups, Fritos. What is this? And a Sept skin cleaner. Almond Joys. Oh, this is legit. This is legit Trail Magic. We're not that high up. I think we're probably 1,200 feet, but it's just a valley, and the clouds are stuck down in this valley. It looks pretty sick, though. All right, here's a cooler view. Rocky already. You know, we're getting closer to Pennsylvania. So if this is what the whole state is going to be like, I could definitely see how it's slowing people down. But I got a secret weapon waiting for me in Delaware Water Gap. I think it's called Sunfish Lake Pond. Rocky Coast. Slow going. Definitely not getting a 10 by 10 today. Alright, what kind of snake is that? That's the second snake I saw on this trail. Which is not the rattlesnake trail, but it's some kind of snake trail. And he ain't moving. I want him to go a little bit further before I move past him. So hurry up, dude. Red and yellow kill a fellow, is that the thing? I see red, I see yellow, but it's mostly black. We're not messing with them. He's like the slowest moving snake. But oh, he's got a diamond shaped head. Isn't that how you know there's like venom glands? Alright, he's out the way. Yeah, there you go. If I was a snake, I'd be out here too, because there's so many little toads hopping across the trail all the time. I've seen hundreds, if not thousands, maybe not thousands, but about 1,000 of them on this trail. And then there's water everywhere, so there's lots of frogs and stuff too, and I think that's what those things eat. But I don't know what kind of snake that was. If anybody knows, let me know. I had to take my hat off because we're literally 2 feet away from tractor trailers going 80 miles an hour on highway, Interstate 80. Look at that. See you later, New York. Hello, Pennsylvania. All right, so officially 900 miles in on the AT from Maine, so 900. Wow. Just had the best experience at a post office here in Delaware Water Gap with Dawn. She is a far out legend. She's the nicest postal worker I've ever encountered. One of the nicest people actually I've ever encountered. Super helpful. Blew my mind when she said you can ship your shoes back, and she actually had a priority shoe box that they fit in. So I said it costs $30 to send shoes here. It costs $11 to send them back. because she's thoughtful, she's caring, and she wants to help hikers too. So shout out Dawn, you are the best. And if you're a hiker, get your shit sent here. So for all these rocks in PA, I broke out the Olympus 5s that only have a couple hundred miles on them. So I think I'm gonna get another, I don't know, 400 miles to get me through the rocks. And that'll take me almost to the end of the journey. So we're gonna be on the home stretch now. So we're at Bosco's Barbecue. I got the burnt ends and fatty brisket. Or no, that's pork belly. So it's burnt ends and pork belly. Potato salad. Let me try a piece of this pork belly. Delicious. Place gets high ratings. Well deserved. So been eating these, which are 490 calories. They have the Mrs. Freshly's, which we know about the Mrs. Freshly's has 710 calories. That's my breakfast for tomorrow. Green Tunnel. It's kind of feeling like back down south. I definitely know I'm making progress. I think this is the best view we get up here. I think that's one of the highest peaks in Pennsylvania. There was a much better viewing area about halfway down the mountain. It was so nice, I stopped and took a picture. Actually, a couple of college kids took a picture of me, for me, and I forgot to get it on video. So, oh well, I'll just have to stick the picture in if I remember. That's a pretty good view. That's the Delaware River right there. All right. Beautiful little farm down there. And then what the heck? Are those nuclear reactor cooling tanks? They're massive. If anybody knows what they are, let me know. Look like it. I don't know what shelter this is. Is there a name? Kirk Ridge Shelter. Shout out to Kirk. Eating some snacks, got some water, and even though I am very close to hitting the 20 miles and it's about 5 o'clock, honestly, I feel freaking amazing. So I'm going to push on. Trying to see if I can go another possibly, I don't know how far it is. I think it's another 6 or 7 miles to Wingate. If not, I'm going to find a stealth camp site somewhere between here and there. But I don't know. I'm feeling really good, so we're going to go. Turkey vultures got the vantage point. Let's see what they're looking at.
It's okay.
Yeah, he's getting his wings ready. He's like, if we need to get out of here, we'll get out of here.
You're good.
Yeah, I don't see what they're looking at. Maybe they're looking at us.
Probably. Their heads are
Yeah, their eyes are pointed towards us.
their heads are turned.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Wow, look at that wingspan.
Yeah. Some big fuckers.
They're gonna circle back around.
Maybe try to shit on us.
That was cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3. So 6-point buck. Yeah. Yeah, me. We have arrived at our Gateway Motel, and we are not even going in. We're paying $5 and doing the hiker trash thing and sleeping on their lawn, which they allow for $5. Why does it smell like stale cigarettes even in the parking lot?
I don't know.
That motel smell is already out here.
It does smell like.
You must have been like listening to the hikers.
Yeah, we just.
This is awesome.
I think we.
You nailed it.
You wanna find sure.
Did you get a room or are you tenting?
I did.
You got a room?
I got the last room.
Fancy.
So I decided after doing
Internet is so fast here. Super fast. 27.8 miles today. Still feeling good. I just ordered some food too. I'm burning calories like crazy.
Spoke into existence. You said that they were gonna fuck that up when you were putting in the
hot sauce?
Hot sauce, yep.
How many did they give us?
0.
0? Oh, you better tell them, and they'll credit you like